last question. The dash property ensures that either all the database operations in a transaction are executed or none. A. Atomicity, B. Consistency, C. Isolation, and D. Durability. The answer is atomicity. According to the definition, the atomicity property ensures that either all the database operations in a transaction are executed or none. Whereas in case of consistency, the database must be consistent before and after the transactions. In case of isolation property, multiple transactions occur independently without interferences. And what is durability? Durability is nothing but the changes of a successful transaction occurs even if the system failure occurs. Next, the people whose jobs involve the day-to-day use of large database are called A. Workers behind the scene, B. Actors on the scene, C. Workers on the scene, and D. None of these. The answer is B. Actors on the scene. According to the definition, the people whose jobs involve the day-to-day use of large database are called actors on the scene. Let us look at another question. The people who work to maintain the database system environment but who are not actively interested in the database contents as part of their daily job are called A. Workers behind the scene, B. Actors on the scene, C. Workers on the scene, and D. None of these. The answer is workers behind the scene. The people who work to maintain the database system environment but who are not actively interested in the database contents as a part of their daily job are called workers behind the scene. Fourth question. Dash are responsible for identifying the data to be stored in the database and for choosing appropriate structures to represent and store this data. A. Database administrators, B. Database designers, both A and B, option D, either A or B. The answer is database designers. Database designers are responsible for identifying the data to be stored in the database and for choosing appropriate structures to represent and store this data. Fifth question. Dash are the people whose jobs require access to the database for querying, updating, and generating reports, and the database primarily exists for their use. Option A. Database administrator, B. Database designers, C. End users, D. All of the above. The answer is end users. The end users are the people whose jobs require access to the database for querying, updating, and generating reports, and the database primarily exists for their use. For example, bank tellers. Sixth question. The workers behind the scene include the following categories: DBMS system designers and implementers, tool developers, option C, operators and maintenance personnel, and option D, all of these. The answer is all of these. The workers behind the scene are not interested in the database content and include the following categories: DBMS system designers and implementers, tool developers, and operators and maintenance personnel. Question number 7. Dash generally refers to the suppression of details of data organization and storage and the highlighting of the essential features for an improved understanding of data. Option A, data abstraction, B, data model, C, both A and B, option D, none of these. The answer is data abstraction. Data abstraction generally refers to the suppressions of details of data organization and storage and the highlighting of the essential features for an improved understanding of data. Eighth question. A dash is a collection of concepts that can be used to describe the structure of a database. Option A, data design, option B, data model, C, data design and data model, D, none of these. Answer is B, data model. A data model is a collection of concepts that can be used to describe the structure of a database. Ninth question. Dash data models provide concepts that are close to the way many users perceive data. The option A, low level, B, physical, option C, conceptual, D, all of these. The answer is conceptual. High level or conceptual data models provide concepts that are close to the way many users perceive data. 10th question. Dash data models provide concepts that describe the details of how data is stored on the computer storage media, typically magnetic disks. Option A, high level, B, physical, C, conceptual, and option D, all of these. The answer is physical. Low level or physical data models provide concepts that describes the details of how data is stored on the computer media, typically magnetic disks. 11th question. Dash represents a real world object or concept. Option A, entity, option B, attribute, C, relationship, and D, none of this. The answer is option A, entity. An entity represents a real world object or concept. 12th question. The description of a database is called dash. Option A, data, B, database model, C, database schema, D, none of this. So the answer is database schema. The description of a database is called the database schema. 13th question. The data in the database at a particular moment in time is called dash. Option A, database state, B, snapshot, C, both A and B, D, none of these. The answer is both A and B. That is, it is also called as database state and also it is called as snapshot. The data in the database at a particular moment in time is called a database state or snapshot of the database. 14th question. The dash for a binary relationship specifies the maximum number of relationship instances that an entity can participate in. Option A, cardinality ratio, B, equality ratio, C, participation constraint, and option D, none of these. The answer is cardinality ratio. The cardinality ratio for a binary relationship specifies the maximum number of relationship instances that an entity can participate in. 15th question. The dash specifies whether the existence of an entity depends on its being related to another entity via the relationship type. Option A, cardinality ratio, B, equality ratio, C, participation constraint, and D, none of this. The answer is participation constraint. The participation constraint specifies whether the existence of an entity depends on its being related to another entity via the relationship type. 16th question. A weak entity type has dash, which is the attribute that uniquely identify weak entities that are related to the same owner entity. Option A, primary key, B, practical key, C, personal key, and D, partial key. The answer is partial key. A weak entity type has a partial key, which is the attribute that uniquely identify weak entities that are related to the same owner entity. 17th question. The dash states that no primary key value can be null. Option A, referential integrity constraint, B, entity integrity constraint, C, both A and B, D, none of this. So the answer is entity integrity constraint. The entity integrity constraint states that the value of the primary key cannot be null. 18th question. The dash states that a tuple in one relation that refers to another relation must refer to an existing tuple in that relation. Option A, referential integrity constraint. B, entity integrity constraint. C, both A and B. D, none of this. The answer is referential integrity constraint. The referential integrity constraint states that a tuple in a relation that refers to another relation must refer to an existing tuple in that relation. Question 19. The delete operation can violate only dash referential integrity constraint, option B entity integrity constraint, C key constraint, and D domain constraint. The answer is referential integrity constraint. The delete operations involves removal of an existing tuple only. Hence, it can only violate referential integrity constraint because it may have an attribute that is referred by another tuple in the same relation or in a different relation. Question 20. The dash command is used to specify a new relation by giving it a name and specifying its attributes and initial constraint. Option A, create domain. Option B, create trigger. And option C, create assertion. And option D, create table. The option is create table. The create table command is used to specify a new relation by giving it a name and specifying its attributes and initial constraints like primary key, foreign key, not null, etc. 21 question. Referential integrity is specified using the dash clause during a table creation. Option A, primary key. B, foreign key. C, unique key. D, none of this. So the answer is foreign key. The foreign key clause can be used to specify the referential integrity constraint during table creation. 22. The SQL statement for retrieving information from a database is the dash statement. Option A, update. Option B, delete. Option C, modify. Option D, select. So the answer is select statement. It is used to retrieve the data from the database. Select statement is used in SQL to retrieve or fetch the required information from a database. 23. Duplicate tuples are eliminated from the result of an SQL query by using the keyword dash in the select clause. Option A, duplicate. Option B, distinct. C, either A or B. D, none of this. The answer is distinct. The distinct keyword is used in the select clause to eliminate or remove duplicate tuples from the result of an SQL query. 24th. Select star from employee where salary between 30,000 and 40,000 and department number is equal to 5. So in the above query, the condition salary between 30,000 and 40,000 is equivalent to the condition. So we have option A, B, C and D. So the answer here is option A. Here we have salary greater than 30,000 and salary less than 40,000. The keyword dash is specified in the order by clause if you want to see the result in the descending order of values. Option A, DSC, B, DESC, C, descend, and D, none of these. The answer is DESC. The keyword DESC is specified in the order by clause of select's SQL statement to see the result in the descending order of the values. Question number 26. The keyword dash is specified in the order by clause if you want to see the result in an increasing order of values. So the answer is ASC. The keyword ASC is specified in the order by clause if you want to see the result in the increasing order of values of the result of an SQL select statement. Question number 27. Which of the following is the correct syntax for the delete command? we have two options here. So the answer according to the syntax, so delete from employee, so delete from table name where conditions. This is a syntax of delete, so the answer is B. Syntax of the delete command to remove the tuples from the relation table is delete from table name where condition. Attribute cannot be deleted using delete command. Only entire row can be deleted from the table. 28. Question number 28. Which of the following is the correct syntax for update command? Yeah, we have two options here. The syntax of update command is update employee set. You need to specify the modification where condition. So option A is the correct answer. The syntax for the update command is update table name set and where condition. Question number 29. In SQL, which of the following are DML commands? Select, create and delete. Select and delete are the DML command, whereas create is a DDL statement, that is data definition language. So DML is nothing but the data manipulation language. So select and delete, insert are some of the DML commands. So 1 and 3, answer is 1 and 3. DML stands for data manipulation language. So hence select and delete are manipulation commands, whereas create is a data definition language command. Question number 30. Identify the valid data types that can be used in SQL. Varchar, second one numeric, third is string. We don't have a data type called a string in SQL, so the answer is 1 and 2, so that is nothing but A. Question number 31. The full form of DDL stands for option A, data design language, B, data dedication language, C, data definition language, none of this. So the answer is data definition language. Question number 32. The full form of DML stands for, that is nothing but data manipulation language. 33. Question number 33. The full form of SQL is, it's structured query language. 34. If a relation schema has more than one key, so each is called A, candidate key, B, foreign key, C, duplicate key, D, none of this. So it is called as candidate key. A relation schema can have more than one key attribute or group of attributes with unique values for various tuples. So each of these are referred to as candidate key. Question number 35. One of the candidate keys is arbitrarily designed to be the dash. A, main key, B, primary key, C, foreign key, D, none of this. So the answer is B, primary key. Primary key is selected arbitrarily from the set of candidate keys. Question number 36. The candidate keys other than the primary key are called option A, secondary keys, B, parent keys, C, duplicate keys, D, foreign keys. The answer is secondary keys. Primary key is selected arbitrarily from the set of candidate keys. The remaining keys are called as secondary keys. Question number 37. The dash normal form was defined to disallow multi-valued attributes, composite attributes and their combinations. Second normal form, B, third normal form, C, BCNF, D, first normal form. So the answer is first normal form. The first normal form was defined to disallow multi-valued attributes, composite attributes and their combinations. Question number 38. An attribute of relation schema R is called a dash of R if it is a member of some candidate key of R. Option A, primary attribute, B, non-primary attribute, C. Prime attribute. D. Non-prime attribute. The answer is prime attribute. An attribute which is a part of primary key or a candidate key of relation schema R is called a prime attribute of R. Question number 39. A functional dependency x tends to y is a dash if removal of any attribute A from X means that the dependency does not hold anymore. Option A, fully functional dependency. B, partial functional dependency. C, practical functional dependency. D, none of this. So the answer is option A, fully functional dependency. A fully functional dependency x tends to y is a fully functional dependency if removal of any attribute A from X means that the dependency does not hold anymore. Question number 40. A relation schema R is in second normal form if every non-prime attribute A in R is dash on the primary key of R. Option A, non-functionally dependent. B, partially functionally dependent. C, fully functionally dependent. C, none of this. So answer is C, fully functionally dependent. Question number 41. A relation schema R is in third normal form if it satisfies second normal form and no non-prime attribute of R is dash dependent on the primary key. So option A, secondarily. B, tertiary. C, primarily dependent, and the option D, transitively. So the answer is option D, transitively. A relation schema R is in third normal form if it satisfies second normal form and no non-prime attribute of R is transitively dependent on the primary key. Question number 42. A relation schema R is in third normal form whenever a non-trivial functional dependency x tends to A holds in R, then X is a superkey of R. B, A is a prime attribute of R. C, either A or B. D, both A and B. So the answer is C, either A or B. Question number 43. A relation schema R is in BCNF, that is Boy's code normal form, if whenever a non-trivial functional dependency x tends to A holds in R, then option A, X is a superkey of R. B, A is a prime attribute of R. C, either A or B. D, both A and B. So answer is X is a superkey of R. Question number 44. Consider the relation schema R. The above relation R is in dash third normal form and BCNF. Third normal form, only BCNF, and none of these. The answer is third normal form. Yeah. A relation schema R is in third normal form if whenever a non-trivial functional dependency x tends to A holds in R, either X is a superkey of R or A is a prime attribute of R. Question number 45. The process of transforming requests and results between levels in the three schema architecture are called option A, mappings. B, transformations. C, tappings. None of this. So the answer is mapping. Question number 46. SDL stands for Schema Definition Language. B, State Definition Language. C, Storage Definition Language. None of this. So the answer is option C, Storage Definition Language. Question number 47. VDL stands for Virtual Definition Language. B, View Definition Language. C, Visual Definition Language. And D, none of this. So the answer is View Definition Language. Question number 48. Whenever DML commands, whether high or low level, are embedded in a general purpose programming language, that language is called option A, host language. B, sub language. C, query language. D. None of these. The answer is host language. Question number 49. The dash data model represents a database as a collection of tables where each table can be stored as separate file. Option A, representation, B, radio, C, relational, D, none of these. So the answer is relational data model. Question number 50. A dash is used for specifying database retrievals and updates. That is option A, data manipulation language, B, data definition language, C, view definition language, D, none of this. So the answer is data manipulation language. So data manipulation language has commands like insert, select, update. It is used to retrieve and update the database. Thank you. That's it. Thank you for watching this video.